I am Jeremy Goldkorn. I'm the founder of danwei.org, which is a website about Chinese media and a consulting company. The official media, the state media, and the semi-private media that are still essentially controlled by the state are still in charge of the information that gets around China to a large degree. And any information that the government doesn't like is usually quickly wiped off the internet and prevented from being published or distributed any further. That said, the internet has become so commonly used, so widely used now, that unofficial information spreads very, very fast. And it's very easy for Chinese people to find out about things that the government doesn't want them to find out. But that information may not stay online, at least if it's in Chinese language and hosted on Chinese language servers. It may well get deleted and disappear from the internet. Doesn't mean people won't have realized what's going on, but it does mean it's very difficult for such unofficial information to stay permanently available. Well, the media controls in China are a daily part of any Chinese journalist's life. They have a very, very big effect on the way media is produced here. Not so much when it comes to sport or entertainment news, but anything relating to politics, to hard news, to migrant workers, to natural or man-made disasters. This type of thing is highly controlled. There are two ways that censorship operates in China. On the one hand, you have the explicit censorship by the state, in which various propaganda organizations under the Chinese government will instruct a newspaper, a TV station, a website to report on something or to not report on something, to emphasize some piece of news or to de-emphasize some piece of news. But the vast majority of censorship that goes on in China is in fact self-censorship. And this is because no website, no newspaper, magazine, TV production house wants to get in trouble. So much of the time they try to guess what may annoy the authorities and then rather be a little bit more conservative and stay within the lines that they think are there. So it's very powerful because people don't know exactly where the line is that they could cross into getting into trouble, and they tend to be more conservative than they would be otherwise. Chinese journalists know what they can report on, partly based on directives that will come down from various government information and propaganda organizations. But a lot of the time they have to guess. What the rules are, and they don't actually know exactly where the line is. In terms of the Great Firewall, is it an obstacle to communication in China? Yes, certainly, but it's not as big as an obstacle as one might think. Anyone who really needs to get around the Great Firewall can figure out a way to do it. I think one of the biggest problems it causes is that Chinese people and Chinese government officials are often not aware of how the outside world thinks about certain Chinese problems, because such problems are disappeared from the Chinese media and the Chinese internet. But on a day-to-day basis, I think most people don't care, and honestly, it doesn't affect the majority of people in China.